For the record, this matter is before the court this morning for the purpose of reviewing plaintiff mother's parenting time and any other issues. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Leah Worker representing the defendant father, Joshua MacDonald. Mr. MacDonald is present, and the plaintiff mother, Life Herman, is present, as well as our wonderful friend, the court representative, Aaron Brower. Good morning, Ms. Brower.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Again, this hearing is being conducted via Zoom. The court has received the final recommendation from Ms. Brower this morning. Recommendation is that parent time between mother and daughter will continue as previously ordered, which the court recalls is every Saturday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. in a public place. Parent time will continue if Elizabeth, the minor child, is working on Saturdays or has agreed on a different date to give mother her 5 hours of parenting time per week. The issue of parenting time shall be referred to the front of the court for formal investigation recommendation, with each party having 21 days in which to object to any recommendation, in which case come back before the court. If there is no objection, the recommendation will become part of the court's order. The child, Elizabeth, shall be interviewed as part of the parenting time investigation recommendation. Mother's interview shall be at 9 a.m. The interviews shall be conducted via Zoom on November 7th, 2024. This order does provide for a Zoom ID number for the front of the court. The person that will conduct the interview. Mother's interview will be at 9 a.m. Father's will be at 2 p.m. My child will be brought to the front of the court in person after school for her in-person interview. All appointments for the minor child shall be added to the app closed calendar at the time they are scheduled by their parent. The parties will return to this court to review all of this on November 20th, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. We will have at that time the front of the court's parenting time recommendation. Ms. Brower, is Ms. Scott still conducting those investigations?
No, Your Honor. Jessica Sisk is our parenting time caseworker, and she will be conducting the interviews and the recommendation.
Working with Ms. Scott?
No, Your Honor. Ms. Scott handles child support. Okay. Ms. Sisk is our parenting time caseworker now, and she handles all investigations.
Okay. I know Ms. Scott is getting close to retirement. I didn't know if she was, she's still here, but she's moved from custody parenting time investigations to child support. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I was not aware of that. All right. Ms. Work, is this recommendation good with your client this morning?
It is, Your Honor.
Right. Ms. Herman, do you understand the recommendation?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you have any objection to the court adopting this recommendation?
I'm having a hard time understanding why it's needed, but Elizabeth's not hopefully not going to hold back on some of the things that she wants to talk about with Miss Jessica. Hopefully it's some of the things that she's discussed with me and wanting to get back to normal, the normal 4-3 split.
Okay, well, this is an opportunity. Obviously, Elizabeth is old enough to express her preference and her thoughts and her concerns, and hopefully she will be forthright when she's interviewed. Obviously, neither the parent should influence Elizabeth, because it will come out in her discussions. All right, it appears appropriate to obviously, if Mr. Obviously, the court's always reluctant to put a child in the middle. But obviously, since the two of you cannot agree, then it's unfortunate. Elizabeth, I'm sure the last thing she wants to do is be interviewed by some court representative. But since your parents cannot agree, then that will happen. If you can reach an agreement between now and then November, we can always call off that interview. Obviously, Ms. Herman, you're wondering why this can't be done. Well, obviously, Mr. MacDonald will not agree to any expansion of parenting time. And that's something you can discuss with him in terms of his reasons why.
So over our messages on the app close, it was to my understanding that Josh was eager to get things back to normal. But here we are.
Your Honor, I believe that's a mischaracterization of Mr. MacDonald's messages.
Elizabeth is almost 15 years old. We're in this position because of Ms. Herman's actions. My client is encouraging Elizabeth to spend time with her mother. He has been accommodating to, adjust schedules and times for visits, and he is committed to continuing that. But Elizabeth is almost 15, and as a teenage girl, she has opinions that she has expressed to her father. According to Ms. Herman, she's telling her something different. And we believe that it's important for her to have the opportunity to speak with Ms. Sisk or a friend of the court in order to make a recommendation for parents.
Is Elizabeth still engaged in counseling?
She is.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Herman, obviously you should talk with the Elizabeth's counselor to see what you can do constructively as a parent to repair that relationship and rebuild that.
Your Honor, I've been to 3 of the counseling sessions, and I have spoken with her as well.
All right. That should give you some insight in terms of where Elizabeth is.
Yes, Your Honor.
But no question, obviously, every young woman needs a mother, active mother in her life. It's critical. So, Mr. Herman, whatever you do to facilitate that, encourage that, please continue to do so. In any event, the court will adopt the recommendation. You both know the copy. Please note in your calendars the Zoom interviews with the front of the court on November 7th. Presumably, Dad will bring in Elizabeth to the front of the court after school on that date. Is that correct?
That's
Yes.
correct.
All right. Okay, and then we'll see everyone back here then to review parenting time on November 20th. That's a Wednesday at 9:30. All right, that will conclude this hearing. Everyone can zoom out, and that will have a good rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
There was admission by Ms. Herman that she had slapped Elizabeth because there were no physical injuries. They closed it with a finding of no preponderance. This was a traumatic event. There's no dispute as to whether or not mom, by Elizabeth's account, it was hard enough that she knocked her off the bed. Ms. Herman attempted to essentially Elizabeth into, all of the reasons why it happened and trying to minimize it.